Did I scare you? Yeah, I bet I did, you nerd. But you don't want to know, but you want to know what's even more terrifying than getting jump scared on the internet by a random guy who plays Minecraft every day? Well, let me tell you, that would be Minecraft Live, alright? Minecraft Live is a very special thing that either delivers or terrifies us to our very core, because there is nothing more terrifying than having a game dev go live and tell you about their game and new updates that they're going to be having. Oh, and tell me, when you've been asking, let me tell you, when you've been asking for a couple things and all you see is nothing but disappointment and or just an update you weren't asking for, it is truly the most terrifying thing on this planet. Alright, so Minecraft Lab has covered a couple things, and they talked about how they were going to have more, like, small weekly updates as opposed to the giant, big summer update that, apparently we're all used to having. Now, honestly, me personally, I'm more used to Minecraft just not having good updates, or just never getting updated at all, so I don't know what they were talking about with the big summer updates. And apparently bundles are finally out again, so that's good. I mean, they showcased it with Bedrock, but they weren't even in Java. So fantastic. And they're actually really easy to make, which is really convenient for early game, but they also suck because they're just really they're like hand-me-down shulker boxes, but if you're don't ever carry them to use like for blocks ever, because if you do, you're just never going to have enough. It's just not going to be good. You have a stack of something and use a bundle to essentially take up that space, you're still going to have that stack of blocks and that bundle that's going to take up the exact same space. You didn't free up anything. And he left. One of my more, one of the biggest talking points is the new biome that Mojang plans on adding into the game. But first, let me talk about Bedrock Hardcore, right? As we all know, that Bedrock and Java usually have varying differences between them. This is true. There are different features. There are different, well, lots of things actually. There's a lot of different features, a lot of different things, but at its core, Bedrock and Java are really the same game, but also really not the same game because they're so far removed from each other and so different that it feels like you're playing a different game, even though it's the same game. And, well, Minecraft Java Edition has had hardcore for a pretty long time, I'd say. It's a pretty substantial amount of time that Java has had hardcore, and now, or I should say, by like a couple days ago, Bedrock will be getting, or it was announced that Bedrock will be getting hardcore mode, which is incredible. Now, I'm not like a massive hater on things, but when it comes to hating on things, Bedrock is up there on my list of some of the most hated things I have ever hated on this planet. Alright, I despise Bedrock Edition with a passion. It is a really terrible game. Just as I said, it's Java, but as bad and as watered down and as just with so many extra features it doesn't need. That is just, it makes me sad to say that I played Bedrock before Java, and I'm so glad that I will never have to go back ever again. I truly hate and truly believe that Bedrock Edition sucks. But, I can't, it's my opinion on that isn't going to change the fact that Bedrock is a preferred, Minecraft version for some players for whatever reason. Even sometimes some PC gamers decide, hey, Bedrock is where I want to start, even though it costs some more than Java, or at least when you didn't have to buy it as a bundle. When you were able to buy it individually, it would cost more than Java, which was weird considering it was worse, but you know that's just my opinion. But you know now it is as close to Java as possible with the addition of hardcore mode. But you have to keep in mind that this is the same Bedrock edition that will randomly kill you for no reason. All right, this is the same Bedrock edition that will randomly just spawn you blocks and blocks away, randomly just take away all your HP and kill you for seemingly no purpose whatsoever. Yeah, and it's getting hardcore mode where you can't even like you're not even allowed to come back. Excuse me? Why? Like, you want the game that is known and notorious for being really buggy and killing you on the spot for seemingly no reason to have a hardcore mode that deletes your world, or well, not deletes your world, sorry, that basically makes your world unusable again without the access of cheats, of course. It baffles my mind. There are so many other things that they could be doing to fix Bedrock and all of its glorious, glorious bugs. But instead, they decided, let's give them a difficulty that's so difficult that we have to have a separate section and give it some different colorful doodads. As you know, it's the typical Bedrock thing to have some like cool little feature that is just unnecessary to have, but it's there anyway. Yeah, it just I don't understand it at all. Like, why? Bedrock is so buggy that you could seemingly be walking and then just fall through the floor. Why did he leave? Bedrock Edition is just so buggy that there is an entire Reddit server, and I wouldn't even be surprised if there's a whole Discord server like completely dedicated to just showing off of how buggy and bad the game is just by calling it a Bedrock moment and then just dying for seemingly no reason whatsoever. Like, you could just be chilling, walking in like a grassy meadow, and then out of nowhere, your entire health bar disappears. And that is the same game that just added hardcore mode. Are you kidding? Seriously? I am grateful I am not a hardcore gamer. Sorry. I am grateful I am not a Bedrock gamer. Because just playing the game in general feels like hardcore mode for all the extra challenges on top of it. On top of the fact that hardcore is getting added in a later update. Which I still think is stupid. Like, you could have focused on so many things. Like, could have fixed all these bugs, all these, like, major issues that makes the game sometimes borderline unplayable because it just kills you. For no reason. But you instead you're like, nah, let's just add a hardcore mode. I'm sure that'll solve everyone's problems. I don't know why this guy thinks he's hiding back here. You're not. That's not a shield break. Eh? Alright, Axe PvP it is. Yep, just good old Axe PvP. Alright, GG's. But you probably don't care much about Bedrock. I mean, let's be fair. I doubt anyone actually cares about Bedrock that much to be angry about it, but I do. Alright, I care that much to be angry about it. But let's kind of get a wow. This guy is all over the place. Okay, this is gonna be fun. So, Minecraft on top of showing us, you know, buggy Bedrock and hardcore and bundles, of course, are showcasing the new Pale Garden, the new biome, which is he leaving? Oh no, he's just typing. Yes, you are lagging. I can see that as you teleport across my screen. This is great, man. Oh, this is fantastic. I'm hitting you midair. Oh, this is, man, it's like fighting on the Parasocial SMP. This is fantastic, except I would also be lagging. Well, the server would be lagging. I probably wouldn't be, but you know how it is. Anyway, so the Pale Garden is a new biome coming to Minecraft at some time. I don't know, this year or next year. It depends. Who knows? But the Pale Garden is coming out, and honestly, it looks good. Like it was like I said in the intro, there's nothing more terrifying than a game dev showing off their game and updates and then delivering you garbage. But the Pale Garden is actually pretty decent. When you first have a look at it, oh, it's October, and they want to have like a season, like a little Octobery season update, you know, add something spooky for the spooky season itself. But it appears the Pale Garden is a lot more than that, because the Pale Garden, yeah, giving off the spooky, eerie vibes, you know, turning Minecraft into a glorified, you know, kids horror game. Um, but it just overall, like, the features that are going to be added for it, the new. Can I? There we go. I was about to say, like, I'm like hitting the button, but it's just like not working at all. Okay, well, if you're just gonna run, heal. So the Pale Garden, right? I'm trying to find like really good talking points, but I'm like really tired because I didn't sleep much last night. So I apologize, but believe me, trust me, believe me when I say this. The Pale Garden looks good. So the Pale Garden is essentially a recolored Dark Oak Forest, but with the added features of the Pale Wood, which is white wood, which looks like a wonderful building block to use. I'm gonna be honest. Having white wood is just fantastic, right? As a as a non-builder, but as someone who enjoys looking at Minecraft builds, pale wood looks great. Also has this new moss variant that actually creeps up the sides of blocks, which is pretty creepy, I'm not gonna lie. It has the hanging moss as well, or hanging moss vines, or whatever it's called, that really obscures majority of your view entirely. Hey, pal, look, I'm right here. Are you gonna pearl again? Uh, okay. Did you expect me to do something? Like, you're just running around the map. Bruh, come fight me. Come here. Yeah, the moss obscures your vision, which is the purpose, right? The purpose of the Pale Garden is to give you the heebie-jeebies, is to make you feel uneasy, right? And I think it portrays that perfectly. It's uneasy, the trees are all like put together like a dark oak forest. Me personally, I don't know about you, but when I was younger, just going through a dark oak forest was terrifying enough because of just how dark it got at night, and just how obscured out the sky and sun was by just the leaves themselves. And from what it looks like, the skybox changes when you're in this biome, like it actually turns gray. And on top of the already natural creepiness that you get, it has its own added feature of basically sounds that only play during the night. So sounds of unease, basically sounds you would hear in like a horror game, only play at night, as if just the Pale Garden itself was its own horror game, its own little spin-off of Minecraft, like a DLC. And it only plays at night, which is a fantastic feature, honestly. You could have it play like at all hours of the day, but instead you have this feeling of uneasiness during the day, and then this true horror aspect at night with the music and just the added ambience at night. And then, of course, we move on to the main dish of this salad, alright? The main topping of this pizza, alright? The apple to the apple pie, we have the Creaker, or the Creaking, or whatever. It's got a very weird name. I almost mistake it for just calling it the Cracker by accident, but the Creaking is this wood-like mob with a very abstract look to it. It's very goofy looking when you actually see it, but at night it really brings out that horror aspect that Mojang is going for there with the sorry, the Pale Garden, because the creaking acts like a weeping angel and it only moves when your back is turned to it, which, as a concept, is terrifying to me in every way possible. I have a pretty natural fear to the unknown. Like, if you told me to go into a really dark room that just looks like there could be like ghosts and monsters in there, there's a really high chance I will not be going in there at all, and there would be no amount of anything you could do to make me do it, because I simply fear that I do not understand. All right, I simply don't like it. All right, dark scary hallway, boo, won't be doing it. No thank you. So when I'm in a condensed forest and the sky is basically is hardly visible during the day and completely dark at night. What is this guy do? What? Sir, I'm trying to monologue. Why are you gathering moss? What? Max. What are you doing? What? Max, what is the purpose here? What are you doing? What are you doing? Thanks, man. But as I was saying, if you were to tell me that anything was to function like a weeping angel, I would probably give you the big thumbs down for just how much I dislike the idea of weeping angels in the first place. Because having to look at it means my back is turned and I am unable to see where I'm going, and there could possibly be more weeping angels. And the fact that it just going to book it towards me with full force at, just fully tilting forward at maximum speed the moment I turn my back for any moment or ever take my eyes off it. No, alright, I'm gonna need a new pair of jimmies by now, alright? Because that stuff terrifies the actual crap out of me. And they just put it into my favorite kids game of all time, alright? You're telling me my blocky game of pixels and squares has a fully dedicated forest to terrifying you. Fantastic. Now, it's probably going to have the same effect as the Warden did, where it's just, like, absolutely terrifying at first, and then, once we find workarounds and ways to, like, basically not care anymore, and the hype will die down a little bit, but as a concept and as an idea, it is truly horrifying and truly fantastic. If only they added the darkness effect whenever you get hit or something like that, that would have been pretty terrifying itself. That would have really added to it. But I don't think they wanted to go that far into the horror aspect of the yeah. You thought that was all? No, 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 my friends, because believe it or not, these weeping angels, these creaking, breaking crackers are invincible. They cannot die. By normal means, they cannot be killed. Is he going to leave? He stopped moving. Is he gonna leave? No, okay. He started moving again. Okay, I was about to say, he stopped moving, so I assumed he was gonna leave. So yeah, the creaking cannot die by normal means. Axe, shanking, shooting, there is by no means, or by no normal means, that this mob can die, except once you whack it, there will be a cool little, like, orange, like, ghost trail leading it to the new block called the Creaking Heart. And only by destroying the Creaking Heart can you kill the monster itself. So not only can you get jumped by multiple of these freaking weeping angels, but the only way to get rid of them is to have to stop looking at it for a second, or at least somehow leave it within your view, and then break down the tree that its heart resides in, or at least break the heart to kill it. And what's even better is you can silk touch the heart and then to place it down elsewhere just to mess with people. Like if you're on an online server and like you happen to be in an area close by where you find a pale garden you could pick up the Weeping Heart, or I can't stop calling it the Weeping Angel. I really just can't, because it's so similar. It's literally just a Weeping Angel. Yeah, you can pick it up with a Silk Touch axe. You can pick up the heart, place it down, and give your friends one hell of a time. And you can do it multiple times, because the way to activate this heart is by having the heart placed in between two pale logs is the only way to activate it. Which is interesting because as a way of activation, it makes sense because the heart is at home. It feels nice and snug when it feels the warmth of its pale logs. But it is truly just an interesting way of just activating a block itself. I will keep doing this. Yep. Oh, I got him that time. GG's. Yeah, all in all, this is a truly horrific update. Truly spooky, truly terrifying. Weeping Angels. Incredible. Couldn't have asked for something more terrifying. But again, this is a kid's game, so I mean, how scary can it possibly be? I guess we'll see when the update, eventually does come out. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But anyways, that's gonna do it for another episode of PP Legacy. Hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys are finding the new Minecraft Live introductions as interesting as I am, because I think they are rather interesting indeed. I still think the idea of Bedrock having hardcore is stupid, especially for how buggy the the game is in general. But we also have to look forward to the Pale Garden. I keep wanting to call it the Weeping Garden, which sounds like a really cool name for a forest. The Weeping Garden. Oh, Mojang, you've truly missed out on an absolute banger. Anyway, I'm gonna see you guys next time. Get out of the shot. Do you mind? I'm trying to end off my episode here. Can you leave me alone? Can you leave? Bro, you're in the shot. Bro, get out of my shot. Get out of my shot. Move. You're in the way. Bro!